today. She has not done very much recently. Really, I would consider today my first proper nice sunny ride of the season, and it's like the end of May, which is pretty sad. So I had to wait this long, but the weather's just not been good. So last weekend I went to Peterborough Motorcycle Festival, the MCM festival, and it was bloody freezing. But it's okay because the weather's suddenly decided to be good. I've got electric bikes behind me. I just come from Loomies and they're doing electric demo days. It's Zero motorcycles. I've got like a bunch of them behind me and you can't hear them. I would like to do a race, but they've just put all these speed cameras up around here and I'm very scared. I don't know where they are. I've not been down here since they put them up. And the other thing is I don't know if they are average speed cameras or if they are regular speed cameras. There's no sign saying that they're average speed cameras, but they look like average speed cameras. So we're just going to ride very slowly everywhere. And by very slowly I mean responsibly. This is a bit of a gap filler video. I'm working constantly. My artwork has picked up substantially in the last few months and all I'm doing is drawing, along with my full-time job. So yeah, I need to book a holiday or something and go do a trip. But the last 2 weeks has just been flat out. It's actually super warm. I'm starting to get sweaty. Ooh. So I'm super excited because I'm going home from my ride. I think I've only done like 50-60 miles today. It's not been that long. We went to an airfield and got sandwiches, and then I'm going to my friend's house for pizza tonight. I'm super excited about that. I've got my vegan cheese to take with me. I'm not sure how long I'm going to be able to continue to do this veganism, because what I've noticed is my broken leg is starting to hurt more than it was. Like, I thought it was fully recovered, but recently it's been hurting, and I'm wondering if it's because I'm not getting enough like calcium or necessary vitamins. I don't know. I'm not doing a very good job. I bought multivitamins and they're really horrible to swallow, and I'm kind of like scared that I'm going to choke on one, and so I've stopped taking them. So it's not going well for me. I might have a little bit of cheese, but then I'll be really disappointed with myself if I have a little bit of cheese. It's like just a constant dilemma. It's been 5 months. Like, I'm really proud of myself, but I just don't know if it's sustainable for me. Like, maybe if I just have cheese every now and again as a treat, and also because it will help my ankle. I don't know. I'll let you know how that goes. Maybe I'll be weak. Pinky apparently needs a service again. I feel like it was not that long ago where it told me it needed a service, and it didn't need a service. Like, I rang Barnstormers and they were like, yeah, well, you had one recently, didn't you? And I was like, yeah, I did have one recently. You don't need one then. Like, right. But the bike thinks it needs one, so they reset the service light, and I swear it wasn't that long ago and it's back on again. So I feel like I would like Pinky to have a service. Sometimes I feel like it doesn't feel very good, and then I think it's probably because I've just been riding other bikes and I've forgotten how it feels. So just for peace of mind, it's like having someone who knows how the bike's supposed to run, just to like give it some TLC and then hand it back and be like, yeah, it's all good. So I need to book that in. Maybe I'll ride some BMWs while I wait. Do not. Thank you. Where are these speed cameras? I really don't trust this road. I'm gutted. So last weekend I rode a couple of bikes that I wasn't expecting to ride. So the MCN festival, I think that was the last one. I'm sure they will probably move it somewhere else, but that was the last one that was at Peterborough. They have sold the grounds and it's probably going to be like a Taylor Wimpey estate now, which is beautiful. I couldn't get onto a KTM test ride. They had the guy there booking people on. We turned up really early in the morning and we got to the front of the queue. We could see that on his little bit of paper there was a slot that had 5 spaces, and there were 5 of us. And the guy was like, that's 4 spaces. And we were like, Okay. It looks like there's 5, but that's fine. There's 4. Okay, there's 4 spaces. So one of the guys wanted to go pillion anyway, so it was 5, there was 4. So 3 of them booked on. I was last. And then the guy was like, that's it, it's full. And I was like, hang on, you said there was 4. And now you're saying there's 3. Yeah, there was 3. What? So I didn't get to go on a KTM, but that's fine. And then we went to Honda, and Honda had it on a screen so you could see the slots that had spaces left. So I booked onto the CB1000. That won't be scary at all. That was for the end of the day. And then just walking around the show, I didn't realise that Benelli were there. Now Benelli, I saw Bike by Benelli. I'd never seen it before, and it was at Lumi's, and I saw it and I was like, oh my goodness, this is so cute. It's their 800 trail. It just looks like an overgrown Sparty, but in green. It was so pretty.
Was it slow even on the edges?
Pretty. And then I probably forgot about its existence because I didn't see one since, and then I saw it at the show and they had test rides, and rather than booking onto it, the guy was like, show me your driver's license. So I showed him my license. He was like, yeah, off you go, we've got a space now. So I got on this bike and followed the group, and I was really enjoying it. I had absolutely no expectation to ride this bike. I didn't even remember that it existed. It was so pretty. And it was really fun, and it had power in just like the weirdest places, but it made it really enjoyable. It was like really torquey, like in the low speeds, like really kind of like jumpy but fun. It sounded great for a standard. It sounded really kind of grumbly, really noisy, but in a satisfying kind of noise. And then the power just kind of dropped off. It gave you nothing until you got to like 7,000-8,000 revs, and then suddenly it's back. It's like, oh my god. And it was comfortable, and it was a riding position that I quite liked. It had a really nice dash. Like when you turn it on, there's like a little lion that runs across.
Yeah,
lioness.
Yeah, they're nice. Hey, right? Yeah. What do you reckon?
Just like a lot of attention to just the kind of the really small details. So that was fun. And then I got to the end, and the guy was like, you got to run out to buy one? No. I was like, hang on a minute, let me speak. So I explained the situation with Sparty, because I love Sparty, but a little bit on the small side for like long motorway journeys. And unfortunately, living down Hampshire, if you want to go anywhere good, you've got to do a long motorway journey to get there first, which is Sparty's weak point, unfortunately. So a bigger Sparty is on the cards maybe for next year. Anyway, so that was great. Then I jumped straight from that onto the Honda, and the Honda was very good. I don't really remember much about it. Actually, I do remember getting really irritated by the way that it sounded, because it was quite noisy, but it was like a smooth noise, but in my head it was just irritating. I don't know why it was irritating. But the bike itself was lovely. I enjoyed the ride. I just remember wishing it was shut up. Yeah, so I rode 2 bikes, and by this point my leg was absolutely killing me because I'd done like 13,000 steps. And you know what, kudos to my Furigan boots, because they didn't have any blisters or anything, despite them being pretty much brand new, but my ankle was absolutely killing me. And also I couldn't warm up because the weather sucked. Like, it wasn't raining, it was just cold. It was bringing me down, so I went home, and then it turned out I had food poisoning. So yay me, I spent the night on the toilet, and then I spent the following day in bed. So yeah, that was last weekend, and your video is late this weekend because I did not remember to film anything of any substance. I should have taken my GoPro, but I didn't. Big regrets. Oh well. Anyway, I am almost home, and I do not want you guys to know where I live, so I will be switching off now. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll try and do something a little bit more interesting for next week. I will see you guys soon. Goodbye. I can't find the button, so